Hello, it's Megan from the Paper Mill. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you've never been here before. Today's my day for the Best of British Junk Journal collaboration, hosted by Rach and Bella Crafts. I have to say that slowly, otherwise it just comes out all wrong. And yeah, it's been running since the 12th of September to the 10th of October. Today's my day. So if you haven't seen any of the other videos, I'll do a link below and you can find there's a page with all the creators and you can watch all the videos. It's definitely worth a watch. So there's not many days left now. It's been brilliant. I've really enjoyed it. So yeah, it's basically to shine a light on UK creators and get people looking in our direction, which I am all for. I've not been a part of a collaboration before, so I'm a bit nervous. It's quite a big deal for me. I'm super honoured and very excited. So I hope I do it justice. But here we go. Yeah, so we are buddying up with another creator and choosing one of their projects from their videos, YouTube channel, and recreating it in our own way, but using Rach and Bella's kit, Whispers of the Manor. This is some of the kit. This is my favourite page. I had to mention it's my favourite page. It falls on my eyes just right. I really like this page. I will be using this one today. And my buddy is AntonioMakes, and I really enjoy watching his videos. I've been subscribed to him for a while, and I knew exactly which video I was going to use because he makes books out of envelopes. As soon as I saw it, I thought that's the video that I want to do. Because if you don't know me, I love making journals out of envelopes, and his is mini envelope journal, and that's what he makes. So yeah, that's what I've done. I've made a prototype. He makes one out of square, and he uses his kit. He creates his own digitals. They're beautiful. Go check them out. I'll do a link below to everything. And he uses a circus kit, which just looks really, really cool. Would look lovely in a sort of steampunky journal, I reckon. It's very colourful. And I've used Rach and Bella's kit here for the prototype. This is my prototype. I was trying it out. Yeah, so his is square, but like he said, you can use any shape. So I tried these envelopes. I've got some more here so I can show you how I did it. And then I'm actually going to make them out of these envelopes. I've got 3 brown ones. I wanted to try it. Excuse me. So I'll explain how it's done first. It's really simple, and I can't believe I hadn't thought of it before. But yeah, you basically just tuck it in, stick it down, fold it over, and then you've got another one. And then you tuck that in, stick it down, and then you've got this one. So you can keep adding to them if you want to make more, or if you only want to make a few pages, you just stick that down and then it neatens the edge, and then you cover it. And I just think that's genius. Yeah, so basically what I thought, though, his envelopes were white on the inside as well as on the outside, and these aren't. These are blue. And as you can see, you can sort of see the that colour coming through. So when you stick it down, let's try and get that back in. You could stick washi. I'm trying to find a bit of strip. You could stick a washi down it, just to cover up the blue, or some digital pattern, or some vintage paper like that. And while I was fiddling and fussing, I thought maybe if you folded over the other way and then stuck it in there, that immediately covers it up. And then you did it again. Tuck it in. it just covers it up. So if you just fold it the opposite way and tuck it in that way instead. And that was an absolute happy accident. Made me feel very clever, and I wanted to share it with you as a little tip. If you have envelopes that have got pattern on the inside and you want to cover it up, it also creates a nice pocket as well if you want pockets. I'm not going to use these though. I want to use these ones. I'm not sure if I mentioned it. They have a 40% off the kit at the moment, up until the end of the collaboration. If I have mentioned it before, just ignore me. But yeah, go grab it. It's a lovely kit. So I'm going to tuck that one in there like that. What I have discovered is actually it's really quite tricky to glue when it's tacky. So if I get all fiddly, I might not cover the whole thing just yet. If I go quiet, it's because I'm really concentrating on getting it in. Oh, no, it went in. Fine. So I'm going to just glue that one down. And then obviously you've got this one. And that one gets glued into there. So let's glue that down. You have to make sure you butt it up so it folds over neatly. I like working with brown paper, so that's why I've got these envelopes. And I'm going to just stick that one in there like that. Oh no, I've glued that the wrong way. Stick that there, like that. That's what I meant to do. And let's stick that down. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to stick this one down. You can make them as big as you want, or for me, I like working in threes. I don't know why, but I'm going to just do 3 for today as well, so the video isn't too long. And I have plans, as I love this one so much. I want this one to be my front cover. And what Antonio does is he leaves a lip around the edge. I tend to cover the whole thing, but I really like that idea, which is what brought me to the brown paper, because I thought that would look nice. So how you can do it, I tend to, if you leave a lip, you can see where you're at. I rip my paper with an envelope. It's not an envelope, is it? It's a ruler. So if that's what you're happy to do, then go for it. If you'd rather cut it, then that's also fine. Okay, so I'm going to have this off center. I tend to like doing things off center. I just want to make sure, yeah, that's right. And then I'm going to, you can see again where the line ends. If you pull it down far enough, you can make sure, I always make sure there's a right gap there, and then I will rip and line it up to make sure it's straight. And then again, I think so that's how I do it. I'm going to just distress the edge, ink the edges up a bit. What's your favourite project so far? What have you enjoyed making, if you've made some of the stuff? Everybody's been so clever and inspiring. I've really enjoyed watching the videos. Right, I need a paper to glue back. Stick this one down. Make sure that's the right way round. Yep. And then you can decorate it even more. So that's going to be my front cover. And then I wanted to take advantage of these big pockets here. With these ones, it comes up right to the edge, which you can still use as a pocket, but I thought I would use the shape of this and make some pockets. And then I've made some ephemera from the kit as well to use. So I'm going to go along this line here and rip along. Hopefully it'll rip. There we go. I'm going to snip those edges. Okay, so I now have a pocket, and I have created, I've already cut out some of the kit for the pockets. Where's number 2? There. That's just going to tuck in there like that. So, was that one? I don't think it was that one actually. It was that one, yes. So I'm going to glue these down. So I've already cut out these ones for just to save time, but you can obviously collage on them maybe, or cover them however you like. Like this. And then I'll glue this one in. This little bird. Little birds. Birds are my favourite. Let's move you out of the way. And then you've got to just try and make sure that the line, you line it up neatly. And that is my first page. And now this one I want to cover with this. So I'm using the primarily I'm using all the blues in this kit. There's lots of other colours, there's pinks and lots of other patterns and stuff, but I really love all the blue, so I'm going to use it. Again, I'm just pulling it down so I can see here how much of a margin I want, lining it up. I need to line it up with that one actually, don't I? Ripping. And I want to do it again on this side. So I don't want too much. And I'm going to, I think I might take a bit off the top. Snip that a little bit too messy. Let's see, and then I might have to cut this bit just because it's a bit too small to rip. I think that less paper, I might be alright actually. It's just, I tend to do things by eye. I'm not really much of a measurer. Right, let's ink the edges to that. I like to rough up the edges a bit as well. There. Oh. And then stick that one on there. And then if I fold over an edge like that, I tend to just try and make it a little bit. I have a little bit of an aversion to straight lines. I think that's what it is. Right. Okay, so that's page number 2. I need to stick that down because it keeps sticking to the table. And again, we've got the pockets. And you could cover them up and then just have it as a page, but I'm going to take advantage of them. Again, I'm going to copy what I did on page 1 and line up my ruler to that line there and then rip along. Just snip that. Off. I don't want to snip the these would be great for plonking in a large pocket. If you made a really little one, they're lovely little things for a pocket of a journal as an extra little paper delight. Right, that's what I wanted that one for. And then I've done that one as well. So let's glue those. Excuse me. My children have gone back to school after the summer holidays, and so now we've all got the lurgy, which is just standard, isn't it? Jeremy children. Which way? That way. And that just neatens up the and then this one, instead of doing this, I wanted to just follow this line along here and actually make a tuck spot. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to rip it. I think that might be too tricky. Will it be? I don't know. Let's try it. Yeah, it's going to be too tricky. So let's just cut along. Worth a try. It's quite nice to take advantage of the shape of the envelope. It gives you a good template, I think. I do love a good envelope. My family know to save them for me when they have birthdays and things like that. They know that I will yoink all their envelopes. They just put them aside for me. Okay, so this one I want to put this teapot. Maybe. Yeah, let's put the teapot. I think that will might be a little bit too small. I might get my guillotine for this. Make it a bit easier. lose your spout. I might actually cut a bit more off that one. So see, doing a triangle is a little bit more fiddly, but I think it might be worth it. But you never know until you try, do you? Right, okay. Let's see if that now fits. Or just maybe a bit more. I'm being too gentle. I'd rather lose a little bit of the handle than the spout. I think that would... Sometimes, I think my ruler is actually the most used tool in my craft box. No, needs more off. Right, bear with me, guys. Thank you so much if you're still here, if you're still watching. Right, that's bound to fit now. So I'm going to put that there, a little teapot. Okay. And I'm butting it up, making sure that I leave a bit of a lip. Ooh. There you go. Does that fit? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to ink the edges. I don't mind if I overlap like that. I just, if it folds over, it's just, I think gives it a bit of a more rustic look, which is right up my street. It's funny that this is a Downton Abbey kit, inspired kit, because I'm actually working on a kit at the moment that was inspired by Downton Abbey. So yeah, that's great minds think alike. Downton fans. Okay, so I'm going to stick that one on there. And I might leave this one blank. You could do a little, cut something out, maybe put the other teapot on there, or there's loads of stamps and things from the kit that would be great. You could do a little collage there. And then I need to stick this on the back. I think you probably fit nicely. Let's see. Another teapot. And again, I don't worry so much about having to have the thing in the middle. It's just that it doesn't really I like everything being slightly off center, so I want to, what am I trying to do here, cut off some of that. So what I might do is fold it, and you can fold it, and then you can see how much of a lip you got. I'm going to cut this, it's too short. Sometimes when it's only a little bit to rip, it doesn't quite rip how you want it to. And then, so that's the lip. And then again, I might use my guillotine for this. Fold over so you can see where the lip is. Right, get my guillotine again. And then it's time to fill the envelope pockets. Yeah, cool, it's heavy. Two glues open. Right, there you go. Put the these edges again. This blue is just so lovely. As soon as you add the ink to it, just makes the blue pop, I think. Very clever, Rachel and Bella. Very inspiring. Right, just glue this one on, and then I will show you my ephemera that I've made for it. Let's make sure I'm not doing that upside down. Right. Right, so there you go. That's the first page, second page, third page, last page. Okay, right, what have I got here? So I wanted to just decorate this one a little bit, and I've cut out some of her lovely little ephemera pieces. I was going to stick those down and plonk them there, just to break up this pattern. It's really nice, but it's yeah, it needs a little bit of something extra for your eye to fall upon. Just like that. Lovely. And what did I want to put in there? Oh yes, I've made this one. This is from her kit. This is one of her background papers, but I've made it, I've just stuck some I love using contents pages. I think it's the numbers and then the dots. I just really enjoy using contents pages, so I've used that as a little piece of ephemera to go in there. It's just going to poke out. And for this page, I have used some of another bit of, I think it was actually from that one, a bit of background papers, and I'm going to turn it into a belly band. So I'm going to get some double-sided tape. So what I've done is I've cut it out and I've just stuck it on some vintage paper. I really love it when the edges are really distressed. I always you tend to use it, and it breaks down the straight lines a little bit. Again, I'm an aversion to straight lines, I think. Gives it a distressed feel instantly. Just put a bit of tape on either side. And stick that down. Get it off. Come on. There you go. Where do I want to put it? Think about there. And then I have created a little cluster of papers. This is some vintage paper, perfect for writing spots, and then I've used her kits as well. And I've just folded it over and sewn it in, so they're all sewn in, and then I've used a bit of that over the top. And what I tend to do with these is I use the back page and just tuck it in like that. And that is that page done. It's going to look fuller now, isn't it? And then I've made some tags using her lovely little postcard ephemeras, and I've again cut out some stamps and some of her ephemera just to decorate the back, leaving some writing space as well. And they just pop in there like that. And then this one, I have made a tag using her background page. I've used this one again. I probably use it loads of times. I really like this page. And then I've added some blue lace to that, and then that's going to go in there like so. And then obviously you can decorate it as much as you like. You can embellish it, you can leave it plain, but that just tucking into a journal or it being a journal in itself, I think what I might do, I don't know if this would be too wide for the journals I make, but if I make one about this wide, I might bind it in here into amongst all the other pages, and then you've got the page tucked in as well, and it's just bound in as part of the journal. But yeah, thank you so much, Antonio, for your inspiration. I really enjoyed playing with envelopes, and I will definitely use this technique several times over. And thank you so much for letting me be a part of the collaboration, Rachel. I feel honoured, and thank you for watching, everybody who's still here. Subscribe if you want to see more of me crafting, and go and check out her kit because it's beautiful, and go and check out Antonio because he's a genius. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.